Thank you for joining us for today's Saturday night presentation of Ivy League men's soccer. My name is Brandon Bajarski. Thank you for joining us at Burnham Field. Starting off with the visitors, Cornell Big Red coming in today, a record of 7-3-2, a win, a loss, and 2 ties in Ivy League play. This is a Cornell team. Excited to see them today. 15 goals for Cornell have come from freshmen this season, and not only do they lead the Ivy League in goals, they rank top 35 in the country in goals per game. For Dartmouth, they've been a joy to watch this season, a 4-6-2 record, but 2 of those wins came in Ivy League play, a 2-1-1 Ivy record. Currently has them second in the conference to only Dartmouth, but it's a tight race so far as we head into the last 3 games of the season. For Dartmouth, a pair of talented freshmen as well. Douglas Arvahar and Vasilis Miras both were recognized by the top drawer soccer as it's announced its freshman top 100. Vasilis Miras came in at number 27, while Arvahar was listed at number 44. But perhaps the best freshman in the country is on Cornell's side. Alex Harris, top 5 in the nation in goals and points, leads the Ivy League in those categories. He has 11 goals on the season. The Ivy League race, just mentioned, it's a really close race. Harvard is at the top right now, but there are only 4 points separating Harvard from number 7 Princeton. So a lot of mobility possible in the last 3 games of the season. For Cornell, it's going to be controlled here by Connor Miller, another freshman that's played a big-time role this season for the Big Red. And here's a play forward for Andrew Ellis, Arvahar's first touch. That'll be played out for a throw here. For Dartmouth, it's going to be Kosti Christodoulou in goal, as always. He has been terrific this season, 6 saves in each of their last 2 games against Vermont and Columbia. He's over 120 saves in his career for the Big Green. This will be played back the opposite way, played forward by Alexiuno. And now steered forward once again there. It is going to be played back now. Cornell trying to have an opportunity, but Christodoulou is going to get there and send that one away and out of play. Not a bad look, trying to work that one upfield to Balazs Fair, the freshman from Hungary. Fair will play this one across from up top near the 18. A shot, and Christodoulou able to deflect that one away. A first save there for Kosti Christodoulou, and Mannion will clear. Follow up by Daniel Sameways as he was trying to play that one back in. So an open look for Cornell, but an even better save by Christodoulou. Kisa Kingi, the senior defender, will play this one back in. Controlled there by Sameways. Going to be a Dartmouth throw here for Sam Fenton. Fenton comes into today. 90 minutes in 5 of his 6 starts so far this season. This will be his 6th start of the year. He'll fire this one in. Arvahar trying to gain some separation. Kingi will play that one the opposite way. Then it's going to ricochet off of a couple different players. They're playing keepy-ups. 4 touches and now 5 as it finally hits the ground there off the head of Tom Collins. Magnuson following up the play, and Oscar Magnuson the takeaway. Working this one into the midfield, it's Collins. Steering away from a couple red jerseys, and now sent upfield here by Andrew Ellis. Magnuson will run out of space, and it will be a throw the opposite way. Taking a quick look for Cornell in net, it's going to be Ryan Friedberg, the sophomore. Had 7 saves in a win over the ranked UNH Wildcats earlier this season. They beat him 1-0 back on the 4th of September. He was a player that was the Ivy Rookie of the Year last year, and he's going to look to be a constant in net for Cornell this season. That run by Arvahar is going to be canceled out by the offside flag, so a free kick to come for Cornell. In the field for Cornell today, it is the defender Kisa Kingi alongside Connor Drought, Wilson Eisner, Daniel Sameways, Matthew Hutchinson will also be in the starting lineup, and then it's Westing Carnival, Andrew Johnson, Alex Harris, Balazs Fair, and Connor Miller rounding out the starting 11 for the Big Red. Mannion will send a fan home. Oh, a terrific header that time by a fan in the crowd here. Love to see fans get involved on the action. And they're going to back up this throw-in attempt for Kinney. He was kind of drifting upfield as he was trying to find an avenue to pass. And now they'll work this one back across to the back line. It's Wilson Eisner. Wilson Eisner was a first-team All-Ivy selection back in 2021. Had the game-winning penalty kick against Albany for Cornell earlier this season. Taking a look at the strong lineup for Dartmouth, it's the talented freshman Vasilis Miras and Douglas Avarhar in the field. In the midfield is going to be Christian Fed alongside Andrew Ellis, Oscar Magnuson, and Tom Collins. Joining on the back line will be Sebastian Mannion alongside Sam Fenton and Arette Main. Alexi Uno will also be on the back line, and as aforementioned, Chris Didulo in goal. Mannion unable to control that one as back the other way comes Carnival. Drought plays this one out. And Drought will get the throw here. Another player that has gotten a first-team All-Ivy nod, got one last season. The United Soccer coaches put him on the second team for the Northeast region. He started all 11 games he's appeared in this year for Cornell. This will be touched down there by Samways. Samways trying to send that one into the middle, and now forward it's going to be Carnival. Going to be a corner to come here for Cornell. They'll get the first corner of the game for either side. Had the first shot. It was saved away by Chris Didulo, and now the first corner. It's going to be Balaj Fair to send this one in. Fair sends in the free kick. Corner kick, I should say. Actually found his teammate in the box, but couldn't redirect that one on goal. Follow-up was wide. So a goal kick to come here for Chris Didulo. Dartmouth still trying to establish themselves on the offensive side of the field. They've been playing defense so far in this one. Chris Didulo will send this one downfield for the Big Green. Over the top, Kingy with the first touch. Sweeps this one back over, but Arette Main is there, and now Oscar Magnuson. That gets deflected back. Kinney will do the honors once again. This deflected out by Alexi Uno and forward by Collins to Magnuson. Drought passes this one over. Miller plays it forward for Samways had the touch. Kingy back to Samways. Got tripped up there fighting with Sam Fenton. And Cornell was still in control on the near side, trying to work some magic. It's 16 v 16 here as Matthew Hutchinson tries to work some magic. Kisa Kingy works this one across. Avarhar will provide pressure. Going to have a collision here, and the whistle will go against Arette Main. Main going to have to be careful. He's had some issues this year with red cards. He's picked up 2 red cards this season against UMass and Yale. He's going to be physical. He's going to be aggressive. Just have to be careful. Keep those spikes down. Don't want to pick up a card here early. Going to be a free kick here for the Big Red. Drought sends in a ball. That's played away that time by Mannion. Johnson will send in an opportunity, but Chris Didulo fields that one like a fair catch in American football. He'll play this one out. Christian Fed works this one to Magnuson. Magnuson, a nice little move. Oscar Magnuson reverses to Miras. Vasilis Miras has been so terrific so far this season. 5 goals to his name. He'll work this one to the outside to line up the cross for Fed. A gorgeous ball to the far post, but the header off the side of the netting. Trying to appeal for the handball there was Tom Collins. Will not get that call. And now Ryan Friedberg will do the honors here with the goal kick. Don't want to give Christian Fed the opportunity to send crosses into the box because he is one of the best you'll see in those scenarios. So on the far side, outside the 18, trying to work his way through his fair. Drops this off. Here's a shot. Christodoulou the save. Rebound, save! Rebound, save! Rebound is wide! Costi Christodoulou with one of the greatest sequences you'll see in goal this season. Not 1, not 2, but 3 rapid-fire saves in quick succession. That was one of the plays of the season, undoubtedly. 2 rebounds, 2 follow-ups, and 2 more saves to add to the tally. So Christodoulou clearly making his case to try and get to the top of the Ivy League in saves per game. He's second right now. That sequence alone might put him near the top by the end of this game. Christodoulou sends this one downfield, played away. A chase here. Mannion will get to the ball first, chased down by Weston Carnival. This will go out, and it will be a throw to come for Cornell. Kingy plays it in. That'll go back out. Fed trying to appeal. It looked like it might have been off of Daniel Samways, but going to be ruled off of Fed, so another throw to come for Cornell. Cornell will look to reverse field. Kind of got tied up that time was Wilson Eisner on the back line. Kingy looking to make some magic happen. He'll send it across, but no one home for it. Ellis will look to reverse field quickly. Avahar, good first touch, but trailing the play was Matthew Hutchinson. This will come all the way back to Friedberg. And he'll reverse field here to Johnson. Johnson was an honorable mention for an All-Ivy nod last season. A number of players on this team were up for consideration after the successful season that Cornell had last year. Finished their season with 14 wins on the year, 5 in conference play. This one's going to go all the way forward, and Avahar keeps it alive, but momentum carried him out of play. That allows Johnson to retrieve it. Eisner plays this forward. Fed. Vasilis Miras is unmarked, and Vasilis Miras sails the shot just wide. The opportunity was there, but the shot was wide, and for Vasilis Miras, a rare miss in his freshman campaign at this point, as he has been so dependable up front, but wet conditions, got to keep that in mind. Going to be difficult to plant and strike through the ball like you normally would be able to. So Friedberg. Sends this one downfield. All right. Maine applies the pressure. Here comes Oscar Magnuson. Magnuson trying to continue to work his way upfield. That'll be out. Christian Fed will have the opportunity. Fenton. Varhar trying to work that one back to Fenton. Fenton, I don't think he was anticipating the pass, was already starting to retreat back to his spot at left back. Going to be another throw-in to come here for Cornell. Somehow Mannion was the one that actually got the touch on that one. Now Alexiuno plays this forward, but a whistle there against Vasilis Miras had knocked over Connor Miller. So going to be a free kick awarded to Cornell. Johnson will do the honors here for the Big Red. Couple crazy sequences. Believe it or not, we're less than 15 minutes in. Still 31-30 to go here in the first half of what has quickly turned into a very exciting match between these two squads. That's going to get deflected the opposite way, and Varhar sends that one into the stands. So going to be another throw to come here for Cornell. Andrew Johnson will drop that one off to Kingy, who will do the honors. Little flick there, but right to Rhett Main, and he'll send this one the opposite way. Magnuson will apply the pressure. Collins will touch that down. Main had another touch, but that'll flip across. Fair sends for Drought, and this will be played all the way up to the back line. Alexiuno coming off his line to make that play. This goes out, and it will be a Dartmouth throw. You could see each side pointing in opposite directions. Dartmouth gets the call. Ellis sends it in. Here's Vasilis Miras. Works it forward for Christian Fed. Deflected away, but Miras is there to back up the play. Kingy, another terrific play, but this call is going to be overruled. The near side sideline official had initially marked it to Cornell. The official on the field gave it back to Dartmouth, and Fenton will throw this one in for the Big Green as we hit the 30-minute mark to go here in the first half. Fenton sends it in. Varhar plays this one back to Fenton, deflected by Miras, but right to Johnson. Johnson will quickly look to reverse field here to Drought. He'll play this one forward to Fair. Back to Johnson. Kingy, who has been a focal point. They've really looked to run the game through him. He'll play this one up field that gets deflected, but Alexiuno will have the touch. Back to Fed. Try to redirect that one quickly. He's actually going to earn the throw here. Nice little play there. So now Fed will drop off for Fenton. Fenton will do most of the throws, pretty much up to the end line on his side of the field. Avahar couldn't quite get the touch there. Johnson able to clear that out. This is going to be a 50-50 ball. It's going to go to Cornell. Mannion with the last touch that time. So still no subs up at the scores table. You can see Dartmouth getting loose at the very back of the field. Have a couple of different players that I like to call upon. A lot of really talented players that can come on and make an impact. The hard part is picking only 11. Carnival will work this one to the opposite side of the field. Drought to the middle of the field to Miller. Miller continuing to work, but Magnuson takes that opportunity away. Here comes Tom Collins. He'll send a ball into the night sky. Johnson is under it and was trying to steer that over to Kingy, who is able to redirect, and Avahar gives him a little love tap to push him to the ground. So we're going to get a free kick here. Official not going to put him in the book, but is going to have a conversation with him. Drought will spin away from the pressure from Collins. Friedberg will send this one away. Magnuson continuing to try work his way forward, and Oscar Magnuson draws the free kick. Had a step, went down, and going to get a free kick here, too far for goal, but an opportunity for Christian Fed to show off his terrific free kick ability. Fed's one of those players where in these situations he shines. Had a free kick goal earlier this year that was a beauty to watch against Penn. And now steps up. Too far likely to go for goal from here, but a lot of players you can go for. Avarhar being the biggest. Orette Main also listed at 6'3". This one's going to get deflected by Alexi Uno, and it will go off the side of the netting for a goal kick. Alexi Uno has an assist this season, has had a couple near goals in those free kick, corner kick opportunities. Have to think at some point this year he'll likely get one. So Friedberg for the goal kick. Cornell trying to play upfield. Carnival working against Uno. Up top to Samways. Nearly a handball, but Kinney able to play that one forward. Goes over everybody out to play for a goal kick. So for Chris Tadulu, this will be his 31st start of his career to this point. A 10-12-4 record, a 73.9% save percentage in his career to this point, and already up to 4 saves today, including the 3 in that sequence that might end up on SportsCenter top 10 tomorrow morning. Avarhar will apply the pressure as Samways plays it out. So going to be another throw to come. Fenton will once again do the honors, as he usually does in these spots for the Big Green. Nice little flick up that time by Hutchinson. And Fed will have the last touch as that one goes out. Seen a couple of those fun little volleys there as the ball will stay off the ground for 10 to 15 seconds as both teams try and work it to the opposite side of the field. Trying to work this one into fair. Ellis was able to apply the pressure and get it to Magnuson. Vasilis Miras is behind the defense. Flag is down for the moment. Miras will finally get his touch. Flag stays down, but Kingy able to take it away and work it the opposite way. Vasilis Miras might have had one of the top chance for Dartmouth today. Had a clean look at goal, but sailed the shot just a tad wide to the far post. And then obviously we saw that sequence 3 rapid-fire shots against Chris Tadulo. But since those 2 moments, it's been more or less quiet in this one as each team tries to establish themselves offensively. Chris Tadulo sends a rocket. First touch by Cornell back the other way. Now Orette Main will respond, and Tom Collins would touch that one down. Avarhar will attempt to play this one forward, had it deflected back, so he will maintain, and now play this one out of play for a Cornell throw. There is a sub on the sideline. Trenton Blake will look to check in. The talented freshman, a goal, 3 assists so far this season. Started the majority of his appearances so far this season, but team's going to give him a look off the bench as an energy piece. As once again, Cornell keep trying to inch up on those throw-ins, and once again will be ushered back to the original spot of where the ball went out of play. Samways will look to reverse field. Here's Miller. Miller works this one to the outside. Kingy, room for a cross. Trying to almost half bicycle that one. unable to direct it towards goal, and Orette Main will have the clear. Here's Vasilis Miras. Has it deflected back the other way. A terrific defensive effort there from Andrew Johnson to stay with him stride for stride, and now Johnson will draw the free kick for Cornell. Eisner will line up on this one. He'll look to get this one down the field. Kingy will get there first. Christian Fed will apply the pressure. Kinney gets by Fed, still trying to work his way into the 18. Now he'll play this one back to Samways. Unmarked right now is Matthew Hutchinson. He'll send it across. Christodoulou will calmly receive that one and will send his team upfield. That'll go out of play. Another sub to come in. Fed will come out of the game. Trenton Blake will come back in. So Blake played for the Tampa Bay United out of high school, won the USL Academy National Tourney, that stands for United Soccer League. Been terrific up at the collegiate level as well. Friedberg works this one upfield. Blake trying to get under it. Instead, it's going to be Samways. Orette Main will put a stop to that as he plays it out. And we will get another sub in for Cornell. It's going to be Liam May. May will check into the game, replacing Balaj Fair. May hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He has 3 appearances. This will be his 4th appearance of the season, but he's had an appearance in the last 3 games now. And Miller, or rather Liam May, was the MLS Next Player of the Year back in 2021. That's the MLS Development League for 18 and 19-year-olds. And a free kick to come here for Cornell. Connor Drought will try and find one of his teammates here. Drought has 13 assists in his career, has played over 4,200 minutes for Cornell. A gorgeous ball deflected out by Orette Main, and Blake will officially have the clear. Here's Collins. Collins works this one upfield. This will get deflected upfield, played out by Mannion. Back into the Cornell bench. Another Cornell throw to come. Final 20 minutes to play here in this first half. And saw a lot of early offense for both sides, but since then it's been very back and forth. Each team trying to control the midfield and get back up into the attacking area, up inside the 18. We haven't seen any team step foot inside the 18 in a bit. Cornell looking to change that, but once again, Mannion reads it well, plays this one downfield. Friedberg is going to run across to this one well outside the 18, and he'll send this one out of play. So Douglas Overhaul will check out of the game. The talented Phineas Callahan will check in. For Finn Callahan, 2 assists on the season, including one in their last game against Vermont. He'll join Vasilis Miras up front for the Big Green. Fenton will get this one. Oh, didn't get it back because Cornell was able to play it out. Bit of a mistouch that time. Fenton will have another opportunity. Magnuson will work this one all the way back. Forward by Ellis. And collected by Friedberg. But this is the advantage that Callahan will bring you. You can see him, number 11, has a high motor, will apply that pressure up front for you, and hopefully that pressure can force some mistakes for the big green. That's what they like to bank on. This one, he got well under this one, and that one's going to be short. Blake forward. Muras deflects it to Callahan. Muras gets it back and looks to reverse field. Ellis, forward to Collins. Back to Ellis. Andrew Ellis, a terrific run. And Ellis will not get a whistle there. Play on. Maine tries to fire this one by. Going to be stopped there by Drought. This will get deflected all the way back, and Ellis will get to it. We're going to get a whistle here. And, oh. It was Connor Drought jostling there with Tom Collins for the ball. So, you're going to see the physicality rise a little bit. This is not a non-conference matchup. These two teams have played each other a lot in previous seasons. This will be played forward. Deflected out. We're going to get another throw to come for the big green. It's going to be Tom Collins this time. Oh, no, he'll drop this one back off to Ellis once again. Ellis and Collins both wearing those captain armbands today. Ellis, the junior, has played over 2,300 minutes in his tenure with the big green. And for Tom Collins, ditto. He's up to about 2,500 minutes in his career. This will go out of play. Another throw to come for the big green here. Ellis. Trying to find the right spot, and finally we'll be able to throw this one back in. That wasted about 20 to 30 seconds off the clock. It was about 16:30 when it went out. Now it's down to 16 minutes even. This will go to the middle of the field. Or at Maine with the touch that time. Cornell trying to break out of it. Has a bit of a collision. And now back the other way comes Alexiuno, who plays this one forward. Muras the chest pass, but didn't time it up with Callahan, who was a bit by him. I like the idea, though. So Kingy was a critical part offensively to start the game. They've been working on the far side of the field the last couple plays. Now he'll be back involved, and Kingy will work his way up. Magnuson will work this one to Callahan. Callahan will steal this forward. Blake was making a run, but it didn't get over the top of Johnson as Vasilis Miras will pick up the whistle and the free kick. Or Maine trying to play that quickly to Blake. Referee gives him the Matumbo finger rag and says, no, not today. It's worth a shot, though. Sebastian Mannion will do the honors now as he'll look to set this one up. Magnuson will come back out to join him. Blake is pretty open, but finally backing up to guard him will be Daniel Samways. Magnuson will take the short pass and tee up across. That is a bit low. Going to be played out here for Ellis to try and keep this one in play. Andrew Ellis across. A gorgeous ball, but played out. Kingy with the touch there. And now it looks like Cornell will finally get the clear they were looking for, as this will get played all the way back to Chris Didulo. Johnson. Callahan almost collided with his own teammate, Tom Collins, that time, but it worked out. Fenton. That gets a ricochet, and that pass Fenton's just going to try and keep him away, and that will be a throw here for Dartmouth. Chance to get some more substitutions in. We have a New Hampshire sight-in today in Hanover, New Hampshire. Daniel Latona will check in. Hails from Manchester, New Hampshire. He'll get the nod today. Also in for Dartmouth will be James Wilson, who is another player that has been really pivotal this season. Also had an assist for Vermont. Johnson. And now cleared away. Or at Maine. Works this one the opposite way. Now Fenton. Kind of a bit of back and forth here between the back line of Dartmouth and the midfield of Cornell. Maine sends another one in, and again controlled by Kisa Kingi. And now Friedberg sends this one into the night sky. Fenton gathers under it and deflects that to Magnuson. But backing up to play with the deflection was Samways. Good job by Marion to stop on a dime and work upfield. That allows Fenton to try and set up Callahan here. Fenton takes a lot of contact and will get the whistle, much to the dismay of the guilty party, Matthew Hutchinson, who is still talking to the official now, and we'll see what they elect to do off this free kick. So it's going to be Magnuson and Phineas Callahan. Now Callahan will retreat. Magnuson will send in a cross. Alexiuno keeps it up in the air, but that will sail well wide of goal. And it will be another goal kick to come here for Cornell. So we've seen some heroics from Kosti Christodoulou, and you've seen Friedberg. Yet to make a save, but a close shot sailed just wide for Dartmouth, and we never got to see if Friedberg would have made the play on that shot from Vasilis Miras. Ellis will send this one forward, trying to find James Wilson. Wilson working against Connor Drought. This will be touchdown for Tom Collins, and Tom Collins winds up a shot that's saved and collected there by Ryan Friedberg. Just had said Ryan Friedberg technically had yet to make a save today. Well, that has changed right there. Good read on the shot from outside the box by Tom Collins, and no rebound for Dartmouth to work with. And falling backwards was able to keep that one alive. Or at Maine keeps it up. Callahan back to Maine. Trenton Blake will chase this one down. Not sure he'll be able to keep this one in play. Somehow, some way, Blake did. Here comes Trenton Blake. Forward for James Wilson. Wilson back to Callahan. Callahan into the 18. Pass is deflected down, cleared right to Blake, and he'll touch this one back to Ellis. Ellis plays this forward, and Connor Drought will just send that one out of play for a Dartmouth throw-in as we hit the 10-minute mark to go here in the first half. 5 shots for Cornell, 4 on goal, 4 saves by Christodoulou. 3 shots for Dartmouth, and the 1 save by Ryan Friedberg. Cornell trying to clear, or Rep Maine, just really physical player coming up, will get whistled for the infraction, for the issue that time, and going to be a free kick to come here for Cornell. So it looks like Friedberg is going to do the honors here for Cornell. Kind of in that gray area. Sometimes you'll have the keeper do it. Sometimes you'll have one of your defenders do it, and it will be Friedberg. First touch by Mannion. Now it's Collins. Wilson taps it forward. Callahan is not going to beat Kingy to the ball. Now Ellis to Orette Main. Alexiuno will work this one forward. Touchdown, and here comes Connor Miller. Miller will spin. Keisha Kingy will once again work this one back to Johnson. Trying to apply the pressure. Connor Drought, one of the most experienced players you'll find in the Ivy. He'll work this one forward. Another good pass. And here comes the cross for the Big Red. Fenton reads it perfectly, but a follow-up sails wide. And if that had been on goal, there is zero chance anyone would have been able to stop it. But it will sail wide. So some quality opportunities sail wide for both sides. Some quality shots on goal result in saves. Still scoreless here with 8 minutes to play in the first half. Christodoulou will tee this one up. This gets deflected back the other way. Here comes Fenton. Fenton fires this one downfield. Johnson, but right to Blake. And Blake, that tremendous first touch, he's already on his horse the other way. Here's Callahan. Deflected short before it could reach James Wilson. Pressure still being applied for Dartmouth, and that pass will go out of play. Trying to get up to that one was Daniel Samways, but much to the delight of the student section, it goes out for a Dartmouth throw. Samways the first touch. Now Fenton couldn't quite connect with that one, but Orette Main is there to cut off the play. This gets deflected. Back to Fenton. Fenton will play that one out. Johnson walks this one to Eisner. Eisner sends this one downfield. Ellis took some contact, no whistle, and now Orette Main will get involved in a play, and Main will get the whistle, and that's just going to further the outcry from the Dartmouth sideline. They were still jockeying for a call. They didn't think it went in their favor, and then Cornell was awarded the free kick. Clock will tick down to 6 minutes to play here in the first half as Connor Drought will set up this free kick. And Cornell continuing to try and push how far they can mark the bar up the field. That's the third time today I've seen the official back them up. 2 on throw-ins. First time I've seen it on a free kick today. And Drought will look to send this one into the 18. Touch to Cornell head. It was Sam Latona who got the touch on it, but it will sail out of play for a goal kick. That'll give Ben Jenkins the opportunity to check in. Jenkins will come on for Oscar Magnuson, and Jenkins, another player that contributes up front for the Big Green. Jenkins has a goal this season, had the game-winning goal against Holy Cross, and against Columbia a couple games ago, he played a season-high 77 minutes, also played a big role in the game against Vermont as well. Christodoulou will send this one downfield. This gets deflected up and down. Cornell trying to play this forward. Christodoulou will have to back up. Cornell the opportunity. Terrific job by Alexiuno coming back into the play. Alexiuno stuck with it stride for stride, was able to impact the play without committing a foul and awarding a penalty kick. Cornell not done though. Final 5 minutes, Cornell really turning up the temperature, trying to make Dartmouth work here. Johnson. Kingy will stop on a dime. Eisner works this one forward. Here's Liam May. Wet conditions, you're going to see players having some trouble with their footing, and we've seen today a couple times where players thought the ball would behave a certain way, but because of the wet field conditions, it did not. It is a natural grass field here at Burnham Field. Kisa Kingi will work this one upfield, and there to cut off the play was Mannion. Jenkins will apply the pressure now as Johnson looks to reverse. Cross to Eisner. Connor Drought. Fenton fired that one off of Samways, and now Fenton will have to work this one back. Christodoulou plays it upfield, and with it now, it's going to be Connor Miller, the freshman. Working against Callahan, he'll look to reverse field once again. Eisner plays this one forward, trying to find Connor Miller again. He's able to keep this one alive. Kisa Kingi, a perfect cross for a header, but offside the call. Flag is up on the near side of the field. So it looked like it might have been an opportunity, but did not stay onside. So we're going to get another opportunity for Dartmouth to send it downfield. Christodoulou will do the honors. I'd argue if you had to pick a player of the half, Christodoulou is probably the guy that gets the nod. Definitely the most electric sequence we've seen so far in this game. Christodoulou. This one actually found Wilson, so that allows Friedberg to pick it up. He'll work this one across the opposite way. Connor Drought will get another touch as he looks to send his teammates upfield. Beautiful first touch and spin that time. It's Alex Harris. Harris drops it off for a shot, and Christodoulou makes save number 5 of the first half for Dartmouth. It was a terrific opportunity there. Liam May with the shot attempt and Christodoulou with the save. Nice, I mean, really dazzling first touch by Alex Harris. Was able to spin that one, stick with it. Was able to find May for the shot. Dartmouth has mostly kept him in check in the first half, but when Harris has had his opportunities, he really shines. This will be played out by Friedberg, and Dartmouth will get the throw here as that ball is going to be out in those trees. So Ellis to throw this one in. He's got Jenkins, Collins, and Callahan in front. And it looks like he's going to go for a big throw here, try to locate this one inside the 18. This one will be cleared away there by Cornell, and they're going to get a free kick out of it regardless. So with only 45 seconds to play in the first half, it looks like this scoreless tie will continue as Jenkins a bit of type of tomfoolery you would expect from a team that's up a couple goals, as he deflected that one, wasted about another 15 seconds. Friedberg will send this one down. 25 seconds to play. Christodoulou will send this one downfield. Callahan to Wilson. Wilson trying to link up there with Tom Collins, and with only 10 seconds to play, we'll see if Cornell can muster up another chance. They'll send one downfield. Eisner will play this one up. Played out by Alexi Uno and dribbled out by Connor Miller. And that will do it for the first half here in Dartmouth. So far, the story has been the goalies. Ryan Friedberg had made a big-time save. And Kosti Christodoulou has 5 saves already in today's game, including 3 in rapid fire on what is undoubtedly the best sequence we've seen so far in the first half. It's been an even game. Chances, opportunities for both teams. We'll see if one of them can break this tie when we come back for the second half.
in 2, 2 in 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
Make your debit card green. Big green. Select from 16 options by visiting any Ledyard Bank location or calling 888-746-4562. Ledyard's online and mobile banking includes free personal mobile check deposit so you can show all your Dartmouth pride on your home turf. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local CAT dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. For a limited time at Milton CAT, get 0% for 60 months on select new CAT compact equipment.
As a trusted choice firm, the Richards Group has been committed to local communities for decades. We take the time to get to know our clients, their needs, and budget. We're independent, so we work for you, not an insurance company.
We use our expertise to find our clients the best home, auto, and business coverage at the most competitive price.
Our team provides consulting services for employee benefits, retirement plans, human resources, and leadership development.
The Richards Group. Prepare for tomorrow by contacting us today.
These Bulldogs are the top dogs. Harvard, every time winner. Princeton into the round of 32. National NCAA Women's Rugby Championship in the Big Green of Dartmouth. That will do it. The Brown Bears and the Lions stand off. And Cornell will play on Championship Monday.
Half. 1 in 2, 2 in 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
Make your debit card green. Big green. Select from 16 options by visiting any Ledyard Bank location or calling 888-746-4562. Ledyard's online and mobile banking includes free personal mobile check deposit so you can show all your Dartmouth pride on your home turf. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local CAT dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. For a limited time at Milton CAT, get 0% for 60 months on select new CAT compact equipment.
As a trusted choice firm, the Richards Group has been committed to local communities for decades. We take the time to get to know our clients, their needs, and budget. We're independent, so we work for you, not an insurance company.
We use our expertise to find our clients the best home, auto, and business coverage at the most competitive price.
Our team provides consulting services for employee benefits, retirement plans, human resources, and leadership development.
The Richards Group. Prepare for tomorrow by contacting us today.
These Bulldogs are the top dogs. Harvard, every time winner. Princeton into the round of 32. National NCAA Women's Rugby Championship in the Big Green of Dartmouth. That will do it. The Brown Bears and the Lions stand off. And Cornell will play on Championship Monday.
in 2, 2 in 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
Make your debit card green. Big green. Select from 16 options by visiting any Ledyard Bank location or calling 888-746-4562. Ledyard's online and mobile banking includes free personal mobile check deposit so you can show all your Dartmouth pride on your home turf. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local CAP dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. For a limited time at Milton Cat, get 0% for 60 months on select new Cat compact equipment.
As a trusted choice firm, the Richards Group has been committed to local communities for decades. We take the time to get to know our clients, their needs, and budget. We're independent, so we work for you, not an insurance company.
We use our expertise to find our clients the best home, auto, and business coverage at the most competitive price.
Our team provides consulting services for employee benefits, retirement plans, human resources, and leadership development.
The Richards Group. Prepare for tomorrow by contacting us today.
These Bulldogs are the top dogs. Harvard, every time winner. Winston into the round of 32. National NCAA Women's Rugby Championship in the Big Green of Dartmouth. That will do it. The Brown Bears and the Lions face off. And Cornell will play on Championship Monday.
Half. 1 in 2, 2 in 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
Make your debit card green. Big green. Select from 16 options by visiting any Ledyard Bank location or calling 888-746-4562. Ledyard's online and mobile banking includes free personal mobile check deposit so you can show all your Dartmouth pride on your home turf. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local CAP dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. For a limited time at Milton Cat, get 0% for 60 months on select new Cat compact equipment.
As a trusted choice firm, the Richards Group has been committed to local communities for decades. We take the time to get to know our clients, their needs, and budget. We're independent, so we work for you, not an insurance company.
We use our expertise to find our clients the best home, auto, and business coverage at the most competitive price.
Our team provides consulting services for employee benefits, retirement plans, human resources, and leadership development.
The Richards Group. Prepare for tomorrow by contacting us today.
These Bulldogs are the top dogs. Harvard, every time winner. Winston into the round of 32. National NCAA Women's Rugby Championship in the Big Green of Dartmouth. That will do it. The Brown Bears and the Lions face off. And Cornell will play on Championship Monday.
2, 2 in 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
Make your debit card green. Big green. Select from 16 options by visiting any Ledyard Bank location or calling 888-746-4562. Ledyard's online and mobile banking includes free personal mobile check deposit so you can show all your Dartmouth pride on your home turf. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local CAT dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. For a limited time at Milton CAT, get 0% for 60 months on select new CAT compact equipment.
As a trusted choice firm, the Richards Group has been committed to local communities for decades. We take the time to get to know our clients, their needs, and budget. We're independent, so we work for you, not an insurance company.
We use our expertise to find our clients the best home, auto, and business coverage at the most competitive price.
Our team provides consulting services for employee benefits, retirement plans, human resources, and leadership development.
The Richards Group. Prepare for tomorrow by contacting us today.
These Bulldogs are the top dogs. Auburn, overtime winner. Winston into the round of 32. National NCAA Women's Rugby Championship in the Big Green of Dartmouth. That will do it. The Brown Bears and the Lions Bulldogs. And Cornell will play a championship Monday.
Half. 1 in 2, 2 in 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
Make your debit card green. Big green. Select from 16 options by visiting any Ledyard Bank location or calling 888-746-4562. Ledyard's online and mobile banking includes free personal mobile check deposit so you can show all your Dartmouth pride on your home turf. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We are back at Burnham Field on the campus of Dartmouth College. A scoreless tie after one half of play here in Hanover, New Hampshire. My name is Brandon Bajorski. I'd like to thank you for joining today's ESPN Plus presentation of Ivy League men's soccer on ESPN Plus. Opportunities for both teams. The sequence of the first half, a series of plays by Karsti Christodoulou. Sequence of plays so exciting, I mispronounced his last syllable. I said Christodoulou. Nope. Christodoulou with the terrific three-save effort there. And then Vasilis Miras, perhaps the chance of the half, a shot that sailed just wide. Here's Trenton Blake. Didn't start today, but got the nod as a sub off the bench. Here's Vasilis Miras, fed, back to Blake. Blake steers one that sails over the top of Avrahar and Friedberg, collected on the far side by James Wilson. Dartmouth coming out with a lot of intensity here to start the second half, wasting no time. Only 30 seconds in, they've already had a quality chance. Alexiuno plays this one forward. Wilson will control. Wilson steers this one back to Sebastian Mannion. And now across to Sam Fenton. Fed, redirects. Vasilis Miras took some contact. He's down on the field, so Cornell will look to go the other way. Here's a shot. Christodoulou, the save, actually lost control of it and unintentionally redirected it to the side of the net. Worked out regardless and will be cleared away there by Andrew Ellis. Cornell trying to continue the attack here as this one to Fenton, and Fenton will play this one into the midfield. Vasilis Miras is up now, and he seems to be okay. He's good to continue. And he's going to call for the ball now. Here's Trenton Blake. Vasilis Miras the touch. Got up, hit him. Oh, nope. Going to continue play. Collins steers this one back to Alexiuno. Now over to Andrew Ellis, who keeps this one in. Christodoulou will get another touch as he sends this one and actually lost his balance on that one. So that's this couple times today we've seen players lose their balance. Saw a similar opportunity earlier for Friedberg where he got under one as he slipped on the wet field today. Trenton Blake with the fadeaway pass that time. That's sent away by Friedberg. Controlled now in the middle by Carnival, and he'll work this one into the 18. Alex Harris, but right to Fenton on the pass, and Fenton will clear this one to midfield. Kisa Kingi will control. Back to Johnson. Eisner. Connor Drought. Johnson back to Friedberg. Ellis. Kinney will work this one upfield. Alexiuno, the smart play, will let Christodoulou pick that one up. So Costi Christodoulou is already up to 6 saves today. His season average just shy of 5 a game, so going to continue to bump those numbers up. Has a chance to be top of the Ivy with a couple more saves today. This one will be played up and out for Cornell there off the boot of Matthew Hutchinson. Now controlled by Alex Harris. Drought sends the ball, but Sebastian Magnon is there. Fair will work his way upfield before dropping this one off to Hutchinson. Kinney trying to find some space. This one gets all the way through to Christodoulou, who will pick that one up. Connor Miller was trying to find someone to pass to inside the 18, but sailed through untouched. Christodoulou fires this one up. Johnson will win the battle there against our Varhar and will draw the whistle as well. Kisa Kinney will be pressured here by Trenton Blake and will play this one upfield. Collins, that'll be deflected, and Cornell will work their way up the field. Here's a shot that's blocked away by Alexiuno. Connor Miller trying to fire a shot in. Follow up. That one directed in. Who else? It's Alex Harris, who breaks the scoreless tie for his 12th goal of the season, assisted that time by Daniel Samways. Alex Harris, the tremendous. Oh, no. Yeah, Alex Harris, the tremendous freshman, picks up the goal that time. For a second, I thought I saw the flag up, but there's no way that was offsides. It was just a terrific sequence there. For Alex Harris, moves up into the undisputed 5th in the nation in goals so far this season. And just that touch on that ball is just unbelievable to watch. So Daniel Samways will pick up the assist. That'll be his first point of the season. Actually, the first point of his career to this point. The sophomore finally getting in the scorebook off that beautiful pass. It felt like Dartmouth were the ones aggressing, but Cornell, all it took was one. And when you give Alex Harris opportunities, that's what's going to happen. Fenton trying to work that one by, but Connor Miller's there for it. And Miller on his horse. It's a 3-on-2. Miller, the pass. It's Harris again, and that one sails high on him. Alex Harris was the player of the year coming out of Washington State. Has had 2 goals, 4 2-goal games so far this season. Leads the Ivy League and just continues to add to his impressive freshman resume. Let's look at played back. Friedberg will send this one down the opposite way. Controlled now, it's Balaj Fair. Cornell got the answer from Alex Harris. Dartmouth will need an answer of their own. Muras fighting against 2 different players will draw the whistle there. Collins will play this one quickly. Ellis will work this one upfield, trying to find James Wilson. Wilson will not get the call that time and collided there with Connor Drought, who drew the foul that time, and definitely a bit of contact. I think Drought did a good job of making sure that that was whistled as well. So Friedberg will send this one downfield, and of course it's Alex Harris. It's just funny to me, you know, we talk a bit about how good he is, but had a pretty unassuming first half, one amazing sequence, and there's a terrific header for Harris, speaking of. Forward with it now is Fair, but comes on, gets one opportunity, first real opportunity of the game for him, and he immediately scores it. This one will be deflected away now. Keeney will give it a rocket, and he'll sail that one high. Christodoulou will retrieve that one, and will look to send it upfield. So 37 minutes on the clock, and Christodoulou will send this one downfield. This will be played back. Nice little move there. Down the sideline, it's going to be Carnival. Ford. This one chipped by, and the goal secured there on the far post. Balaj Fair has the second goal of the game for Cornell, and they take a 2-0 lead, scoreless through a half, and within 10 minutes, Cornell finds 2 goals. And it's freshmen for both of those goals. Balaj Fair, another freshman, that's his 3rd goal of the season. Looks like Alex Harris will get an assist on that one as well. So Harris up to 12 goals and 4 assists on the season. Cade Kiesling is going to come into the game here, replacing Sam Fenton. Saw Kiesling play some outside back in that game against Vermont. He'll get another opportunity in that spot here. A big collision, no whistle. Wilson will control. Avarhar is still down. Collins will have to play this one to the back and steer it across for Kiesling. Avarhar is back up now, so Dartmouth can fully commit to the attack. This one will be steered upfield. Wilson. Wilson. This will be played forward all the way into the 18. Vasilis Miras, really tough angle. Now Douglas Avarhar, that one was blocked in front by Andrew Johnson and now cleared away. So Dartmouth trying to fire some shots in on goal, but none of them have reached Friedberg with the exception of one shot in the first half. Balazs Fair. All his points this season have come in the last 3 games. Now make it 4 games for Fair. As here's a gorgeous ball. Alex Harris is going to get there. Harris looking to work some more magic. Harris, a terrific move. And Harris is denied by Christodoulou. You can see the confidence Cornell is playing with right now. And Dartmouth going to have to try and recover and get back to the aggressive way they were playing before the first goal. This one will be played in. Directed into the middle of the 18. Miller sends in a shot that sails wide. Christodoulou looked like he would have been in position for it had it been on goal. Won't matter. It'll be a goal kick. Christodoulou officially up to 7 saves today after that last denial, and he's been all over the field today for Dartmouth, but just really struggling to give him that goal support. On that Alex Harris first goal, I don't think there's anything a goalie can do to save that one. Just deflected it so perfectly into the corner that unless you knew exactly where it was going to be before the play even happened, you're not going to save that one. This will get deflected out to Kate Kiesling. He'll send this one forward. Collins will keep this one alive for Dartmouth as Blake somehow, some way able to get to that one. Trenton Blake jumps over the ball and now retrieves it, trying to draw the whistle. Can't get the call, though. Couple close plays for Dartmouth. No free kicks. Kiesling sends this one in. Johnson once again wins the battle and comes away with the ball. That allows Cornell to try and orchestrate this breakout. And it's a gorgeous little breakout here. Hutchinson plays this one forward. Fair controls. Fair back over. Drought is denied by Alexiuno, I should say. And that will be another corner kick to come for Cornell. So to do the honors, Balazs Fair. Make that 17 goals on the season for Cornell that have come from freshmen. The number just keeps going up and up. Going to get a whistle here. That'll go against Cornell on the header attempt. So we're going to get a free kick to come for the Big Green. Christodoulou sends this one upfield. Johnson working against Avarhar, and once again Johnson able to get there. He'll play that one out, so the pressure from Douglas Avarhar is good enough to earn the throw in here for Dartmouth. Magnus in the first touch, but Connor Miller's there to take it away. Blake trying to get under this one. Johnson will get there first once again. It feels like any 50-50 ball into the middle of the back line of Cornell, Johnson's always going to be the first person to get to it. And that's been huge for Cornell defensively as Alex Harris will draw some contact and a free kick here. Might have landed on his left hand trying to shake that one off. He should be good to continue. Just going to take a quick look at it. Yep, Harris is up, so we should be good for the free kick here as Cornell looks to get set and get ready to go. Clock will be stopped for the moment at 31:27. So, they'll look to reverse field here off the free kick. Eisner sends this one back across to Kinney. He'll send in a pass into the box, deflected up. Once again, Fair is there for it. Has Connor Drought next to him. Eisner, back to Drought. This one stays low. That allows Ellis to clear that one away, and it's a great ball. Magnuson will apply the pressure. Eisner will likely look to reverse field. Johnson. Back across to Kisa Kingi, and he'll play this one upfield. Jockeying for position is Harris, and he'll earn his team the corner. Really, really heads-up play there for Alex Harris, the type of awareness you don't typically see from freshmen. Was able to play that one off of the oncoming Dartmouth defender. Turns this from a goal kick to a corner. Connor Drought will do the honors once again. So go down in the book as the fourth corner kick of the game for Cornell. Drought. Sends it in. Deflected out. Sent back, played back in. Shot is blocked by Alexi Uno. And chased down there by Cade Kiesling. That allows Uno to clear this one upfield. Magnuson's under it. Magnuson drops this one off. Avahar was playing back to help out against the corner, and he'll play in the midfield for the moment as the team looks to work upfield. That pass unable to be completed between Ellis and Blake. So a throw to come here for Cornell as we enter the final 30 minutes here of the second half. Eisner works this one back. Friedberg to Johnson. This will be played upfield. It's a race, and Harris, look at the speed for Alex Harris. He'll get there. And he will earn the throw for Cornell, much to the disbelief of Sebastian Mannion, who was right there for the ball as well. And it will be Cornell possession. It felt like for a moment Dartmouth might have been able to get something going on the other side of the field, but instead it's Cornell right back to work. Already up to 12 shots today. 7 have been saved. Two have gotten through. This one, a low ball that's going to be deflected out and now sent across. Drought the header. Christodoulou, save number 8. And we get a whistle here. It was Vasilis Miras who collided with Connor Miller. We're going to put a stop to the clock, and the referee going for a card. And a yellow has been awarded to Vasilis Miras for that play. The ball hadn't even landed yet, and Miller was down off the contact with Miras. And so the first yellow of the game will go to Dartmouth. That'll be their 17th yellow of this season. For Miras, I believe that's his 3rd of the year. Miller will look to get back to his feet here. Doesn't appear he hurt his ankle. He's just tying his shoe or taking his shoe off. Clock is stopped, so at 28:18, so don't have to worry about this being a strategy to kill more clock, as it was stopped once he was down on the field. Should be a free kick from the spot once Miller finishes tying his cleats. All right, Miller back up, ready to continue. The freshman from Colorado will get some cheers from the crowd. Not sure those cheers are genuine, but nonetheless, some applause. Steered back into the 18, deflected forward, and an issue on that clear attempt results in this one remaining on Dartmouth's side of the field. Mannion able to come over, but it's going to be a throw for Cornell here as we hit the 28-minute mark to remain in the game. With how close the Ivy League currently sits in the standings, this would be a tough loss for Dartmouth, as Cornell would have a very similar record. In fact, I believe Cornell would have an extra point than Dartmouth with a win here today. And got to get inside the top four to get into those playoffs. Vasilis Miras has some space to work with, and he'll take this one upfield. Miras directs it to the middle. Collins works to Magnuson. Magnuson across to Trenton Blake. Back to Collins. Ellis coming down, calling for it, and Ellis will get it. Ellis sends in the cross. That sails wide, and a nice little heads-up play there by Friedberg. Once he saw there was no one contesting him for the ball, just let it sail out of play for the goal kick. That will allow the substitution to come in, though, as James Wilson comes on for Vasilis Miras. Miras was trying to exit. You see some players do this. He was going to walk around the side of the field. Officials weren't having it. They're going to force him to jog back in a straight line to the bench. And we can continue. Friedberg for the goal kick. Collins. Kiesling plays this one forward. Blake runs out of real estate on the far sideline, and that will be a throw to come here for Cornell. Kinney will work this one back into play. Collins will try and redirect here to Wilson. Here's Blake. Blake, once again, runs out of space on the far sideline, so another throw to come here for Cornell. It's not an instant replay, just this very similar play. And after those two Cornell goals, game has slowed down a bit here. Trying to redirect this one forward, going to go to the back line of Cornell. Connor Drought will work this one across the field, touchdown, and played forward. It's going to be Carnival. Inside the 18, Carnival trying to work alongside Connor Drought. Christodoulou will send this one, and that one got a bit under it. That will go out, so another throw for Cornell here as we approach the 25-minute mark remaining in regulation. No overtime in the Ivy League, so if Dartmouth does net 2 goals and the game is tied at the end of 25 minutes, it will be a tie, which I'm sure for the Big Green would be a bit preferable to the 0 points for a loss. Here's a ball that's deflected out, and a whistle offsides the call. So it was a good play by Alexiuno, but wouldn't have mattered either way. Christodoulou will have the honors here with the goal kick. This one is a low ball. Actually goes straight to Tom Collins. It's probably one of the better goal kicks I've seen. A laser beam straight to Collins' foot. Although, I don't know if anyone on Cornell was expecting that one. Here's Arvahar to Maine. Finds Blake. Flag stays down. Trenton Blake now trying to work that one forward, but who else? Johnson makes the play, deflects that one away. And then Orette Main with the slide tackle to force the Cornell throw. Can't speak enough, though. I mean, we talked a lot about Alex Harris's impact. Had the first goal, assisted the second, but Andrew Johnson has been a very noticeable figure on the back line for Cornell. It feels like every cross attempt, every ball that's trying to sail over the back line, Johnson's the one that gets there and elevates, and he has won a number of 50-50 balls against any Dartmouth player that dares challenge him. So Dartmouth going to have to try and figure out a way to avoid Johnson en route to trying to secure their first goal of this one. Mannion will play this one in. Main the first touch. Alexiuno will apply pressure, but a great job there, and a big size difference between Alexiuno and Connor Drought. Drought listed at 5'6". Uno is 6'2", and Drought was able to win despite the 8-inch height disadvantage, and it will be a goal kick to come here for Cornell. And that's what's been really noticeable about this Cornell team is they're fighters, and Connor Drought in particular almost plays a left back role, and he plays much bigger than his listed size on the roster sheet would indicate. Drought works this one forward. Miller trying to steer back up field, gets by Collins. Ellis able to come up and make a play. And Magnuson, it was a little bit of an awkward interaction between the players that were in that area. Magnuson came away with it, and now it'll be played all the way back to Chris Tadulu. Kiesling fires this one upfield. Main taps this one back. Kiesling will send this one, or rather, yeah, Sebastian Mannion will send that one up to space. Miller will apply some pressure, and a couple different players taking some tumbles here as we've had. It's a little bit clumsy right now as each of the two teams tries to establish themselves. Blake will now work upfield, and Blake, a nice little move. Here's Trenton Blake. Varhar, a bit too much on the first touch. Wilson will try and come back to take it away there from Balaj Fair, and Drought works by Wilson. Drought. Eisner. Works it to Miller, who sweeps this one across. Miller will control once again. Steers this one forward. Touchdown into the 18. Trying to find an avenue, and it will be a corner kick awarded off the effort there from Matthew Hutchison, I should say, the junior forward from Austin, Texas, making the play that time. So Connor Drought. We'll look to try and set this one up. Cornell doesn't have a noticeable size advantage anywhere on this corner kick, but we'll see which way they go. It's Harris elevating, couldn't quite get up to reach that one. And yeah, that's going to be a clear-cut foul there. Varhar collided hard that time with Balaj Fair, and that's a no doubt about it type foul. And Fair was not pleased about it. And he's going to gesture 2-0 to the crowd, which will only make them a bit louder here at Burnham Field. So Fair will stand alongside Connor Drought as student section, not afraid to make some noise tonight, trying to support their Big Green. Going to try and impact this free kick opportunity. Drought will send it in. A gorgeous ball to the far post, but Orette Main able to get to it first. Trying to control now. Eisner. This will be poked away. Steered upfield. Blake lost his balance. Yet another player today we've seen lose their balance. This one trying to steer it through to fair. Orette Main works this one back. Blake was trying to play it. Main got fouled on the pass attempt, so it'll go back to that spot for a free kick. 19 minutes to play now in the second half. Another sub will look to check in for Dartmouth. I believe it's Finn Callahan once again, and I'll get that exact number to you when he checks in a moment. Won't check in right now. Christodoulou urging his team get upfield, and he'll send this one downfield. Miller. And now Fair. Fair trying to steer that one forward with the outside of his foot and had it taken away. This one played forward by Kinney. Played forward there by Fair and cleared away there by Alexi Uno. Here's Collins. And now Orette Main steers this one across. Ellis trying to get there and will. Gives him a chance to set up shop here. A little look to reverse field though, and they'll do so. Kiesling. Here's the cross. Johnson will once again deny that one. And we get a whistle. Orette Main will draw the contact and the foul against Hutchison. This is a dangerous spot for Dartmouth. We saw an earlier play this year. Christian Fed not in the game to kick this one, but Fed had a free kick goal from a similar spot for Dartmouth this year. And we'll see if Oscar Magnuson or Tom Collins can muster up the same type of magic. So Magnuson stands over the ball. Collins will stand a bit back. Wall is formed on the 18-yard line of the box. Magnuson goes for glory and sails that one just wide. So subs to come on. It's going to be Danny Loco checking into the game up front. Here will replace Weston Carnival. Also into the game is Finn Callahan. He will replace Douglas Arvarhar. Main plays this one forward. It's going to be deflected all the way back. Johnson to Friedberg, who sends this one downfield. Danny Loco still looking for his first point of the season, and Loco will have an opportunity that's taken away there by Christodoulou. Christodoulou makes another play. Won't get a credit for a save for that one, but another heads-up play. Loco would have been a golden opportunity. Callahan trying to find Wilson, and it's going to sail wide, and that should be a throw to come. Oh, Dartmouth will get the throw this time. So Ellis set to get us back underway. Main. Now played forward once again by Samways. Miller jockeying for position alongside Callahan. Nice little work there. Wilson. Forward for Callahan. Into the corner and cleared away into the stands. Still so far the best player seen in the stands tonight. An earlier ball was headed back onto the pitch by a fan, so it's always fun to see that. Miller will take this one away from Callahan. Fair will work it back, and looks exactly like one of those drills you do in pregame, as that will sail out for a goal kick. And I was about to shout out, it was a smart play by Callahan to pick the ball up and give it to the keeper, but Friedberg lost control of his hands for a moment and let it sail by into the back of the net, and now he'll set up the goal kick here for Cornell. Starting to reach that time of the game where you're going to see some of those routine passes after on dead balls just have some trouble connecting with them. This will be played forward. Loco, on those fresh legs, just checked into the game for the first time, trying to make an impact. Nearly had an opportunity earlier that Christodoulou took away and was trying to work there against Mannion, and Mannion hasn't checked out of the game yet today. So got to factor in the distance that's been put on the legs of those backline players. Alexi Uno and Sebastian Mannion have yet to check out of the game. Andrew Ellis has yet to check out as well. Christodoulou sends this one to midfield. Wilson trying to get there, but a terrific play there by Wilson Eisner to play this one upfield. Alex Harris was trying to come back and make a play on the ball from an offside position, therefore the flag is up. And we have a huge miscommunication. Christodoulou was coming up. He thought he should play the free kick. Collins wanted to play it quickly. Now Christodoulou has it, but he has to play it under pressure. Not sure why they didn't just let him take the initial free kick. Here's Ellis. Nice little move there, but no one home, so Collins will play this one upfield. Wilson will apply the pressure against Eisner. And James Wilson comes away with it. Wilson trying to find Callahan, but Connor Drought came back into the play to end that sequence. And a whistle to come here against Dartmouth and Tom Collins for the handball. And that will be a free kick to come here for Cornell. Once again, the Cornell sideline appealing for a handball, won't get the call there. Here's Rhett Main. He'll drop this one off. Kiesling will reverse field. Dangerous ball. Loco actually got a big piece of it and sends it over the Dartmouth bench. Going to be a throw here for the Big Green. So under 12 minutes to play here. It was 2 rapid-fire goals by Cornell. The first from Alex Harris. The second from Belege Fair. That remain the difference makers. Harris now has a goal and an assist today. Samways also credited for an assist, and a late addition to the scorebook was Weston Carnival, who will receive an assist. I believe that one was for the first goal by Harris. They were trying to find a number. It was 2 players that played it forward into the box, and Carnival was that third player. Miller will work this one back. Some more substitutions looking to check in for Dartmouth. It looks like the 2 freshman forwards, Vasilis Miras and Douglas Arvahar, will come back in to try and help their team get back into this one in the final 10 minutes. Loco draws the foul there from Rhett Main. Some good sportsmanship here as Main helps Loco up off the field. Been a physical game, very back and forth, but always good to see that sportsmanship between opposing athletes. Clock is still running here. It's going to tick all the way down to about 10 and a half minutes before Fair and Drought can send this one back into play. And until they're forced to, they're going to take their time. Drought will now send it in. It's another perfect ball. I mean, he has been terrific on those free kicks today. Kinney, a nice little move there against Maine. Cornell will tee up. trying to tee up, I should say, another cross. It will be a throw to come here for Cornell after the subs come in. Checking into the game. It looks like Alex Harris, after a terrific night featuring both a goal and an assist, he'll head to the bench. Unlikely to see him again unless Dartmouth can put a goal on the board. And checking in for him, it's going to be Weston Carnival. And during that sequence, Felicitas Miras and Douglas Alvarjar slid onto the field, and they'll be on the field as well to close out the final 9.5 minutes. So a bit of a defensive sub, or perhaps just got to save your best player sub for Cornell as they look to try and close this one out for Dartmouth. Putting their top two forwards back in the game as they try and draw themselves equal. Loku will play this one forward, and it'll be directed back the other way. Collins. Dive and play by Kiesling to try to keep that one in play. Now Fed will work this one upfield. Carnival will control for the moment. Now Collins finds Wilson. Wilson back to Ellis. Dartmouth trying to be patient, but we're starting to run out of time here. That'll go out for another throw. Alexiuno works this one back across. So some back and forth here in the midfield. Dartmouth trying to find a way through to get to their forwards, but really struggling to work their way through the midfield of Cornell, doing a terrific job. So far, Dartmouth just kind of working it along the back line, which would be fine in a tie game, but down 2 with only 7.5 minutes left. Starting to run low on time. Felicitas Miras will drop this one back. Alexiuno back to Ellis. Or rather, Tom Collins, I should say, the other man wearing the captain's armband. Now Ellis will control. Felicitas Miras. The soft pass back to Alexiuno and back across. Now Cornell gets the takeaway, and with a head of steam, it's Balaj Fair. Fair, not going to have a lot of support here as Cornell looks to play it a bit safe. He'll make the soft pass to Miller. Drought. Back to Miller. Back to Drought. And all the way back to Johnson, who tries to draw a foul, and once the call was not made, got right back up and ran back to cover Douglas Avarhar. Here's Trenton Blake. Has had a lot of trouble planting today. This is a cross sent into the box, a header. But a whistle, and I think that's a foul. The flag did not appear to be up. So it's going to be a free kick to come here as we hit the 6-minute mark to go in the game. Cornell still nursing that 2-0 lead. Sent back by Kiesling. Johnson once again, just so terrific at knowing when to jump off the back line and come up to contest those headers. Makes another big play there. Dartmouth will still control, though, as they look to work their way upfield, but don't pass it to Johnson because he'll clear it the other way. Christodoulou will step well out of his 18 to try and help his team out. Lexiuno. Back to Christodoulou. And here might be an opportunity. It was actually played backwards by Danny Luco. Here's fair. Loku was not trailing the play. Balaj Fair was trying to drop it off for him, and he wasn't there. Unfortunately for Dartmouth, not really able to take advantage of that. Well, maybe they'll take advantage of this blunder. Here comes Trenton Blake upfield. After the errant pass, will work it to James Wilson. Wilson sends it across, deflected high. Friedberg just punches it. Vasilis Miras cannot connect soundly on the shot attempt, and it will sail wide. And that has got to hurt for Dartmouth. It was their best chance, perhaps, of the game. Miras left Friedberg in the dust and just couldn't locate the shot attempt through. Got to be very demoralizing as the clock ticks down under 4 minutes to play. It was initially a missed pass in the 18. Cornell had it back for a moment, and then an errant ball went straight to Trenton Blake, who was able to get downfield and set up that sequence of plays. Going to have to shake it off, though, and look to just continue doing what they do best. Blake will push forward. Blake to Miras. Blake trying to come back in, will not get the call there, and that will be steered away there by Daniel Samways. Blake is still down, and that will put a stop to the clock at 3 minutes and 21 seconds as they take a look at Trenton Blake. So Blake is back up. And we should be good to continue here. Loku trying to work against Mannion. We'll send it the other way. Fed calls for it and will look to quickly play in the throw-in. Avar is able to deflect that back the other way. No one home, though. Johnson will play this one back to Friedberg. Collins. Blake trying to make something happen, but bounced right off of Miller that time. And, oh, boy, here we go. They're trying to set up that little three-man triangle. Connor Drought will just send it the opposite way. Now, we saw that earlier where it was Fair, Drought, and Miller just working the three-man game. So 2.5 to play here. Matthew Hutchison. Controlled here by Carnival. That'll go out. Important call, and it's a corner, and you could see the synchronized hands to the head motion for the two Dartmouth defenders on that play. Frustrated that this will turn into a corner, and they're appealing to stop the clock. It was Balaj Fair who, it's a heads-up play. It's a very heads-up play. Saw the clock was moving, and he decided, I'm not going to jog over this time. I'm going to walk. And that's the type of plays you see these teams make. You got to be in the final 3 or so minutes. You got to put stops to the clock in these situations. So final 2 minutes to play. Cornell will play the shield game as they try and shield away. Fed's able to poke that one away, but Cornell's going to work it right back to the corner. Loco inside the 18. He'll go for a shot. Why not? And he'll sail that one high. That's one of those ones that head coach John Smith might not be too pleased. I mean, obviously, Danny Loco subbed on, or Loco, I should say, subbed on a little bit late, but don't really want to take a shot in that area unless you're positive about it, because you've allowed Dartmouth to come the other way and maybe a little bit of life here. It's going to be a tall task to score two goals in under a minute, but they've done it already this season. Alexiuno will send this one to Ellis. Ellis will work this one up to James Wilson. Connor Drought, small to play that one out as we tick down the last minute of regulation. Sent in by Ellis. High up into the 18. Wilson trying to play that one forward, and Loco will send this one all the way up. Played back in. Johnson once again elevates and sends it the opposite way. Nifty little move there by Cade Kiesling to get by. Final 30 seconds. Ellis will not be able to win that ball as Connor Drought makes another heads-up play, much to the applause and delightment of the Cornell bench. And I think it's safe to say that this one is just about wrapped up. Final 12 seconds to play. Drought will play this one back in. This will be sent downfield, and that will officially do it here in Hanover. Cornell, off of a goal by Alex Harris and another goal by the fellow freshman Balaj Fair, win this one 2-0. It was a scoreless first half, if you can believe it, but two quick goals by Cornell within 10 minutes to start the second half put them on top for good. For Cornell, they'll move up to 8-3-2 on the season, a 2-1-2 Ivy League record. For Dartmouth, they're going to drop to 4-7-2 with a 2-2-1 Ivy League record. You'll next see Cornell when they